Hi, this is Julie with Three Sister Sundries. I am here today to work on my Foundations Decor board. I am finally getting to the original decor set that I bought with this board. It's Happy Days set, and it's kind of springy, summery, all the happy goodness. I thought it would be a good one to do for now, and my silhouette machine died on me, so I am working on getting that replaced through the warranty. But in the meantime, I have this really cute set to work on. So we'll set that aside for a minute. These sets are really neat the way they come. They come all put together with just little like temporary-ish type foam dots in the placement that they go. And then you can remove them and cover them with paper and put them back. So makes it really easy to keep all your pieces together. And I'm just going to do one board at a time, or one section at a time, so that I don't lose all my pieces. So I'm going to be working with the Paige Evans set. Let's see, this is from the Horizon Project Pad. So these papers are one-sided. I also have the picture, it's really tiny, of this set the way the company did it. So I took a picture, or I saved a picture from their website, so I'm going to be referring to that. And I have my glue, a pencil to trace the shapes, and I have this set of 3 finishing files that I got from Close to My Heart. Not sure whether they make these anymore or not, but they're just really fine metal finishing files. So there's a round one, I think this is triangular, it may be just square. Yeah, I think it's got 4 sides. And then a one that's got a flat side and a curved side. So these will help me in getting the paper edges cleaned up off of my wood. So to start out, I am going to cover, well, I've got to take all the letters off of this, but I'm going to cover it with this pink. And then the picture that I have of the set that the company did has a border of a plain paper, and then inside that they've got a print. So I'm going to try that. I haven't done that with any of my other boards before, my other designs, so I am going to try that. So I'm going to cover this pink one, or cover this one with pink, and then I'm going to cut a smaller section of this beautiful floral, and I will be back after I get that part done. Okay, I've got my paper on my board. I've laid out my letters so that I know that they fit within this flowered paper. So I am going to put this blue paper on the letters. So what I'm going to do is flip this over, and I am going to make sure that the right side of my wood is down facing the back side of my paper. And I'm just going to trace around, sorry. Just trace around the edge. Just gotta hold it as still as you can. It doesn't have to be exact at this point, but if you can get it fairly close, that's gonna make it that much easier. I'm gonna cut on kind of the outside of my pencil line, and I'm just gonna cut as closely as I can to the shape. We'll clean it up after we get it on the wood, but there will be less cleaning to do if you can get it, pretty close. So I'm just using my fussy cutting scissors getting it close. Okay, then I'm going to flip it over and make sure that it's the right direction. And I am using Ultra Bond adhesive by iCraft to glue my paper onto the board or the wood. If I can get it to come out. It's kind of clogged. I don't know how to keep it from getting clogged, but maybe I'll put it on the wood. And I'm just going to wrap that around just a little bit. Make sure it gets really close to the edges. So that the paper really sticks to the edges. And then I'm going to put my paper on as closely, matching you can see how much overhang there's going to be. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll come back and show you how to finish that up. I'll probably get my other letters covered, and then I'll show you how to finish the edges of the letters. I'll be back in a little while. Okay, I have got all of my letters covered, and I am going to finish off the edges now with the files. You can, if you don't have any of these files, you can also use an emery board, but these files are great for getting in the really small crevices, like this S is going to be really tight getting in through there, but this file is, as you can see, it's fairly narrow, so I think it will do the job. But what you want to do is just run the file along the edge of the wood, and it will kind of bend the paper over, and then as you keep filing, it will, oh, sorry, I'm bumping the table, it will kind of wear that paper off. I think I trimmed that one pretty close, but let's do this section right here that I didn't trim off. So as you can see there, it's bending the paper over. Sorry, it's kind of blurry. And then as I continue to file, see, the paper is starting to tear away, so I'll just keep filing, and then it ends up making a nice clean edge. Can you see that? So you're just going to do that around all of the letters, and it may take a little while because depending on how thick your paper is, how heavy your paper is that you cover with, it may take a little bit longer for thicker cardstock. But it's going pretty quick. So I'm going to get all of my letters done, and then I will be back to glue them on. I did use I think I showed you already, the Ultra Bond to glue all the paper to the wood. On this, I did use my art glitter glue to glue just this paper, to the background paper. So I was going to use wood glue, but I can't seem to find my wood glue, so I just used that Ultra Bond. Okay, so it is going pretty quickly. I inserted a picture of showing you how I cut out the circles, I just used a hole punch and then glued it on from there. So there's quite a bit of extra paper there. So I'm going to use the curved side of this blade to get around the hole. That way I won't get any little corners that come off, you know, and prevent it from looking round. It's best if you can use a rounded blade. So an emery board probably won't work for this, for the, you know, curved edges you might encounter. I will try and find a link to a set of finishing files. I know I have found them on Amazon before, but if I forget the link, they're just metal finishing files, and that's how you do the letters. So I will get all these done and be back. I have all of my letters finished with the paper on, and I am going to cover a B first because I want to add a B right here before I glue my letters on, so I know the placement. So I have picked out, I just cut out one of the journaling cards or cut aparts, I don't know, that I figured I probably wouldn't use, and I'm going to put that on the B body. And then I just wanted to show you how I get these little foam tabs off. I just got my little spatula from, it's a Cricut spatula from many moons ago. I first got my first Cricut machine, and just scrape it off, and that takes enough of it off that things will lay pretty flat. So I'm going to put some white on here, and I just have my scraps here, so I'm just going to use a point. Well, here's a textured one. I kind of wanted to use texture, so I'll just do that. Okay. There is his little body. So let me see. I think I will use this again to glue his little body. I don't think I'm going to touch that glue because it makes a mess on my fingers. Okay, and then I'll bring this over, and I've got my letters placed pretty much where I want them. And then I'll just make sure I have enough room. And when this dries, I'm going to just draw on some little stripes on his little body. So I think I'm happy with where that's going to go. Okay, so I'm going to start gluing on my letters. I think they're pretty straight. Okay. Now, let me grab a marker. I'll do some brown stripes. So, this is going to be risky doing this on camera. Let's see if I can get some of that off. It's not coming off. Okay, brown bee stripes. Those aren't real even, but that's okay. All right, there is the first panel. Let's see, let us put it in our little board. Oh, that's gonna look really cute. Okay, the next square or section I want to work on is this cute little ladybug. So I have pulled out a couple of papers that I want to use. I think I will do this as my background and then put that navy blue paper as my layering. Hard to see on that blue mat. Layer that as my background, and then so I'll get those two put on and be right back. My board is prepared now, and my little ladybug will go right there in the middle. And I need to leave enough room. This kit came with some little wire to make antenna, so I need to make sure I glue that little ladybug down low enough to allow for the antenna. I just need some black to cover, oh look how cute that would be, to cover the little body. So this is not Paige Evans, but I'm just using up some of my scraps for some of the more solid colors. So I'm going to cover this little body with this black, and then I have picked out this pretty pink, and I don't know how much of that design will show up, but that's what I'm going with. So I will get his little, her little, whatever, wings covered with the pink and the body covered with the black. Now for these wings, these holes are going to be kind of tricky, but I'm going to use my paper punch trick again. I'm not sure it's going to work for that little tiny, the smallest hole on there, but I will, I'll see when I get it traced on there. So I'm going to trace the right side on the back again. Oop. And then I'll get it cut out, and I'll use my little files again to get the paper edges off. So I will get to that point and then come back. All right, here is the ladybug all done. So cute. So I am going to just first glue the wings onto the body. Ooh, that glob was kind of big. They kind of overlap a little bit off the edge, so I'm not going to put a lot down there at the tips of the wings. Oh my gosh, look how cute that is. Okay, now I'm going to grab one of these little wires that came with the kit, and there's also a butterfly that needs some antenna, so this one I am going to do my best at bending in half. Let me get my other pliers. Okay. That looks like about half. And then I'm going to take my round nose pliers and just twist them down a little bit. Oh my gosh, so cute. They could be twisted a little bit more. I don't know what is going on with this wire. There's something on it that is making... I don't know. I think I'll twist them down just a little bit more. Yeah, gotta get that off. Whatever it is, it's like... Oh dear, it's some of the color coming off, I think. There we go. Oh, that. Kind of making a mess. There, that's better. Okay, there we go. All right, so I will get, let's see. I think I'll put these on first. Let me just mark that with a pencil where I want them. Right under there. So that's where I'm going to put my dab of glue. Okay, so I've got this little dot right here. Make that a little bit bigger so you can see it maybe. And I'm just going to put a tiny dot of this super tight glue. And then I'm going to stick just the bend of the wire into that glue. And then this is going to be, and I'm going to put some of the other glue on the body. And I want to cover up that dot I made. So I may have to clamp that down a little bit until that dries because it's kind of popping up with the wire under it. Okay, so I'm just going to get some clamps. Ooh, they don't reach very well. There we go. Okay, I think that will be good. But look how cute. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. I will leave a picture at the end after this dries and what it looks like in the frame. I will leave a link also in the description box to the playlist for all of these sections of the frame, and there's also a playlist for the entire series of this Foundations Decor frame. So I will be back to do the next couple of blocks, and I will see you then. Thanks for watching.